142 billion one signature, and the biggest arms deal in US history is now official. Why is America arming Saudi Arabia like never before? What's behind this record-breaking defense pact? And could it tip the balance of power in the Middle East forever? This isn't just a deal. It's a global power move, and the world is watching. The world watched in awe. $142 billion. Never before had a defense deal reached such a staggering sum. The United States had agreed to arm Saudi Arabia in a move that would reshape the geopolitical landscape of the Middle East. This was not just an exchange of weapons for money. This was a pact forged in steel, a testament to the shifting sands of power in a region teetering on the brink. The deal sent ripples across the globe. Analysts scrambled to decipher its implications. Allies and adversaries alike watched with bated breath, wondering how this monumental agreement would alter the balance of power. One thing was certain: the Middle East would never be the same. The stage was set for a new era in the Middle East, an era defined by advanced weaponry, complex alliances, and the ever-present threat of conflict. The $142 billion arms deal was not just a transaction, it was a declaration. A declaration that the United States was doubling down on its commitment to Saudi Arabia's security, and in doing so, reshaping the future of the region. At the heart of this historic deal lay a vast arsenal of military hardware: tanks, helicopters, missile defense systems. The agreement encompassed a staggering array of weaponry. The sheer scale of the deal was unprecedented, making Saudi Arabia one of the most heavily armed nations on the planet. This sudden influx of advanced military technology would fundamentally alter the balance of power in the region. The financial scope of the deal was equally staggering: $142 billion, a sum so large it was difficult to comprehend. The deal would be paid out over a decade, providing a steady stream of revenue to the American defense industry. This financial windfall would have far-reaching consequences, boosting the US economy and cementing its position as the world's leading arms supplier. Beyond the raw numbers, the deal represented a deepening of the US-Saudi alliance. This was not just a business transaction, it was a strategic partnership. The United States saw Saudi Arabia as a crucial ally in a volatile region. By arming the kingdom to the teeth, the US was sending a clear message: it would stand by its allies in the face of any threat. Among the crown jewels of the arms deal was the F-35 fighter jet, a technological marvel that represented the pinnacle of American military might. Saudi Arabia coveted this fifth-generation aircraft, eager to bolster its air superiority in a region rife with tension. The F-35's advanced stealth capabilities and cutting-edge technology held the promise of unrivaled dominance in the skies. However, the potential sale of the F-35 to Saudi Arabia sparked controversy. Israel, a staunch enjoyed exclusive rights to the jet in the Middle East. This exclusivity was seen as crucial to maintaining Israel's qualitative military edge, its ability to deter adversaries and defend itself without the need for US intervention. The potential disruption of this delicate balance raised eyebrows in Washington and Tel Aviv. The US faced a delicate balancing act. On one hand, it sought to appease a key ally in Saudi Arabia. On the other, it had a long-standing commitment to maintaining Israel's security. The F-35 sat at the heart of this dilemma, a symbol of the complex web of alliances and rivalries that define the Middle East. The $142 billion arms deal exposed the intricate dynamics of the US-Israel-Saudi relationship. These three nations, bound by a complex web of shared interests and historical tensions, found themselves at the center of a geopolitical triangle. The deal, with its potential to shift the balance of power, threatened to upset the delicate equilibrium that had kept the region relatively stable. The United States, eager to maintain its influence in the Middle East, walked a tightrope. It sought to bolster Saudi Arabia's military capabilities without alienating Israel, a vital ally in a volatile region. The challenge lay in reassuring both nations of their importance while navigating the choppy waters of regional rivalries and historical grievances. The arms deal highlighted the shifting sands of Middle Eastern alliances. The traditional lines between friend and foe were blurring. Common interests, particularly the shared concern over Iran's growing influence, were drawing Saudi Arabia and Israel closer together, albeit cautiously and behind the scenes. The United States, for its part, found itself navigating a new era of diplomacy, one where old alliances were being tested and new partnerships were emerging. One deal, $142 billion, and a future that's anything but predictable. As Saudi Arabia strengthens its arsenal and questions rise about the F-35s. One thing is clear, this isn't just about defense, it's about dominance, influence, and control in one of the most volatile regions on Earth. Will this deal bring stability or spark a new arms race in the Middle East? The world just changed. But how it unfolds depends on what happens next. If you found this breakdown eye-opening, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives into global power moves, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think this deal brings peace or pressure? Your voice matters.